This month's sock pattern in the Year of Socks ebook is called the Botanic Socks, and you might recognize this stitch pattern as a familiar little slip stitch column that I did in the Botanic hat and the Botanic shawl. This is one of my favorite beginner-friendly shawls because it's quite impressive with that color changing effect and the simple slip stitches, but it's really easy to knit. So I wanted to capture that same exciting rhythm with the stripes and the simple shaping, but with that impressive, colorful, self-striping fabric effect. So you'll find that same self-striping combination with the contrast color being a Zauberball Crazy. This is a marled self-striping yarn, and this contrast color is a really great opportunity to use a gradient, even a highly variegated color, like all of those high contrast speckled variegated colors. Choosing one of those crazy colors with one solid to ground the fabric will be a really nice crisp stripe combo. So these are the Botanic Socks. It's gonna start really simple with some 2x2 ribbing at the top, and my favorite German twisted cast on for a stretchy cast on for the cuff. And then you get that beautiful column with just working one color at a time. So if you haven't done any colorwork socks yet, this is going to be a really great introduction and very addicting to combine colors because you just do 2 rounds of stockinette stitch with that main solid color. Just knit 1 round, knit another round, all the stitches, and then when you're working with that color pop, that self-striping yarn, you're knitting 3 and then slipping 1 stitch. Knit 3, slip 1, knit 3, slip 1. I always say if you can knit, then you can do a slip stitch, because slip stitches are just not knitting and you get a really cool, even cooler effect. So when you're making your color combos for these, you'll have that nice, easy, relaxing knitting. But if you want to see some contrast, then pay close attention to all of the tones happening in your multicolored yarn choice. And if it's a really deep color like this, I wouldn't put a really dark color with it if you want to see a crisp stripe. You can do anything, but just know that if you have a solid color that's really similar in tone, in contrast to your multicolor, it's going to be really shadowy and subtle. So go with that if you like that shadowy, soft look with not quite of a loud striping effect. I always like that loud pop, so I would put something really bright with this, or even a bright blue would be really cool with that murky marl. These are Life in the Long Grass's high twist sock yarn. It's a 2-ply yarn, 2 plies twisted around each other, makes really crisp stitch definition, really soft, smooth, and it's not too limp, if that makes sense. Have you knit with sock yarns that they're really strong, but sometimes they can feel a bit more like cotton? This one has a beautiful elasticity to it and feels quite spongy and lively in the hand to knit with. So Life in the Long Grass high twist sock, a nice tight twist, but a cushy spring to that beautiful merino. So picking that self-striping, this is a good inspiration starting point to start your color combo. There's so many great colors from Zauberball and the marl. You get that mix and a little subtle gradient effect with the color changing yarns. So I'd maybe put that crisp blue to get a stark contrast with this colorway. This one's called Cool Botanical Garden, this green, and it's got some of those light blue moments in it, but it's always fun to exaggerate those tones with something even lighter and brighter, or even darker. This blue would be quite nice. Ooh, or this teal. This would be a little more subtle and shadowy, but still a really nice contrast, because mostly overall these blue and green tones are quite bright in that Cool Botanical Garden colorway. This is Emerald Eve, this nice teal. And that blue I've been showing a lot is Icicle. It's a really nice light blue with some white creamy undertones, giving it that icy breath of fresh air with that light blue. All right, let's look at see if we can make some other combos. We've got lots of purples, pinks in Zauberball. I mean, this could be quite juicy, putting an orange with that pink splash, or just a nice cream neutral. You can never go wrong with neutrals in a pop. I'd maybe find like a really deep, something like this deep contrast, but maybe a little bit more purple would be really beautiful with that purple pink tone. Yeah, I think this needs like a dark aubergine or something. And we've got this color that has greens and terracotta tones and blues. This color is called camouflage, and these are really fun to work with because there's so many colors you can bounce off of with your main color choice. So that dark blue would work really nice. That's what you're gonna see a lot of in the fabric, is that solid main color. So think about that too. You'll be knitting with that a lot. It's gonna be the dominant color throughout the cuff and the toe. But you're still going to see a lot of that self-striping colorway for the sole of the foot. It has a little feature point on the bottom of the foot. So that would be a nice dark accent. Green would work with it. I think this is really interesting. This is quite unique. This is called Fire Clay, this beautiful orangey brown color. I think that's a really nice complement. So many fun options to choose from with these combos. So let me know in the comments down below if you've got some sock yarn stashed up, some crazy speckled yarn, or do you have a favorite self-striping sock yarn? Let me know what those favorite yarns of yours are down below, and those would make an awesome botanic sock. So these are all available to download in my Westknits Year of Socks ebook. We're doing a new sock every month, and we're just not even halfway through the year. We've got some other self-stripy socks called the Stripe Step. This was our January sock. We had Fantastitch socks, which were a collage of multicolor stripes early in the year. We had a solid sock called Shark Tooth with lots of textures, and we did a stash busting sock last month with the spring cleaning socks. So we've already got a lot of different constructions, a little modular construction for this sock, knitting the flat piece for the front, and then you'll knit the sole of the foot back and forth flat. And it's just a knit two together technique to join the sole of the foot to the top foot fabric. We've got modular knitting, slip stitches, stripes, solid colored textures, stash busting socks. We're just getting started, so download that ebook at Ravelry or Westknits.com, and we're gonna work our way towards a drawer filled with these awesome hand knit socks.